Soccer or footy, one thing is certain, the sport is extremely popular in South Africa. It's no wonder then that the leader of the African People's Convention, Mr. Themba Godi, is quite fond of the sport.
Born on the 10th of August 1966 in Matabana village, Bushbuck Ridge, Mpumalanga, Themba Godi began his professional life as a teacher. He taught English, history, physical science and mathematics for over a decade and then followed his passion for politics within the structures of the PAC before establishing the African People's Convention in 2007. The husband, father of two, member of parliament, chairperson of SCOPA and political leader, barely has extra time, but when he does, he enjoys spending it in the 18 area.
I grew up playing the game. Firstly as a midfielder with a mean left, but when I went to varsity, I became a goalkeeper. After varsity and I was now working, I had to decide whether it was soccer or politics, because both tend to seek more of your time during weekends. And I remember the pain of giving my soccer boots away as a sign that, I'm turning my back on the game. So since then it's work. Only once or twice do I get the opportunity to kick it around. But it's still here, but I think the legs are no longer there to implement what the mind thinks.
His favorite team?
In South Africa, my favorite soccer team is, of course, Kaizer Chiefs. Is there a reason or logic in supporting a soccer team? I think it's more like the spin of a coin. You just somehow fall in love with it and you remain loyal. That's it. And I do peep across the seas. Arsenal?
He reckons his son has the makings of a great soccer player.
I think he's quite a good soccer player. I hope he can grow with it, unlike his dad, who had to give it up because of the struggle for freedom.
But what was he like as a child?
I grew up like any other, village boy, head boy, going to school. And in the initial years, if I had been given a clear choice between being a head boy and going to school, there was no competition. I would have taken being a head boy because that was the in thing. And during my times, there was this belief that if you have cattle, then you sort it out. But however, my father, who was working as a messenger at the Sandton testing station, always said to me, go to school.
Now that he's older,
I very much like to be in touch with myself. So I prefer solitude. And when I'm in that element, the only noise I will take, it's music. And that music, it's only reggae music, nothing else. If you go to my car, you'll only find reggae CDs. If I put DVDs, it will be reggae DVDs. It's a music that means a lot to me. Firstly, its rhythm. I've come to like its rhythm. It's distinctive, floating guitar, the drum and the bass, but also the lyrics. It's not about take me to the moon, let me dance on the stars kind of stuff, even though it's there, but in line with the activist that I am, it continuously replenish my sense of focus and direction.
Like most soccer fanatics, he had a piece of advice for Bafana Bafana.
The major challenge of our players, especially African players, there is no mental strength. And this cannot be isolated from the dysfunctionality that afflicts the African community in general, because they are its product. So I would say mental strength, dedication, commitment. I mean, if poor countries, DRC, can produce players who, when they're on the field, they give their all. We have the facilities, we have the organization, we have the resources. But our performance is the exact opposite. I think it has to do with character.
I could certainly use that tip myself.
This game is over. Ayanda Allie, Pretoria.